Hey guys, AngryMonkey here, and we have another unboxing video that we're going to do for Retro Game Treasure. So this came yesterday, and I wasn't able to open it because I had a busy day, but today is the day we're going to open this. So if you're new to my channel and you're like, what is Retro Game Treasure? It is a video game subscription service that is sent to your house every month to add 3 to 5 games to your personal collection. This is not a rental service. You get to keep these games. So how this works, you go on the website and you fill out a survey. So naturally the important thing that you do is fill out the genres of games that you like. So if you like platformers, if you like shooters, if you like RPGs, arcade games, etc. You check off what you like and leave off what you don't like. Because a pretty common thing is like sports games, and a lot of us don't like sports games. But it's nice because here you can say I don't want sports games and you won't get sports games. So that's pretty cool. You also check off the consoles that you want games for. So that way you won't get games for consoles that you don't have. You just like the consoles, which there's such a wide range of consoles. You got old school stuff like Intellivision and Atari. You've got all the Nintendo stuff all the way up to the Wii. So NES, Super Nintendo, 64, GameCube, and Wii, as well as the Game Boy, Color, Advance, DS, and 3DS. There's also some Sega stuff, so you can get stuff for the Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Sega CD, and Sega Dreamcast. Also, original Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4, and PSP. Oh yeah, and Game Gear. I always forget about Game Gear. So yeah, so many consoles that you can get games for. Like I said, check off the genre, check off the console, and you can also specify that even further of like the look of the games that you like. If you like some of the anime looking games and Pokemon type games and Disney type games, I don't really know exactly what that means, but that's another option to help customize this box even further. And in case you're wondering, well, I've got a pretty big collection, so how do I not get games I already have? And that is where the checklist comes in, where every time you get a new game or new retro game, go on the website and check that off, say, I already have this game. But you got to make sure you check off all versions of that game. Because they separate the black label from like the greatest hits label or something for like PlayStation, like Star Wars Battlefront, for example. I've got it on PS2, but I don't need both the black label and the greatest hits version. So check off both versions of that. And also, since I already have it on PS2, I don't need it on a retro Xbox, so I check off all versions of that, or at least I try to. Some slip through the cracks because I thought I got them all, turns out I didn't, or, oh, I didn't realize that game was released on this console type thing, but I already have it. So yeah, stuff like that. Just double check your work, and it's easy enough to update if you do make a mistake and forget something. There's also a wishlist feature. Now, don't expect Earthbound or something with your wishlist items. But let's just say you got a new Super Nintendo and you're like, hey, I want to get Super Mario World. Put that on your wish list. You might get that in your next box. And the more wish list items you get, the more likely you'll get a wish list item in your box. Because I've had this service for about 4 years now. Yeah, wow. Last month was 4 years. Last month was May. And May of 2019 was my very first box. So yeah, I've had this service for 4 years now. And yeah, I've gotten a lot of cool stuff. And for the last year or so, I've pretty much gotten a wishlist item in every box, just because I have that many of them, because I'm like, oh, that game's kind of cool, and it's like $5. Sure. Retro Game Treasure, if you have it, sure, throw it in my box. Stuff like that. So, I guess that's all I have to say. Oh yeah, one more thing. The boxes are a little different this month. They're like gold, instead of like yellow through here. They're like gold, so I'm probably going to hang on to this box just because it's a little different from usual. That's something they had advertised on the Facebook page of like, oh yeah, we're going to have new gold boxes, limited edition or whatever. I'm like, that's kind of cool. So when I get my box, I'll probably save this box because I have the standard red and yellow from my very first box. And I'm like, well, this is kind of cool. It's the gold one. It must be like some special anniversary thing, maybe like a 5-year anniversary or something. I don't remember when they started. Anyway, rambling on long enough. Let's get started. So, pulling the box out of frame, so that way you guys don't see my address. There we go. And as always, I have the box backwards, so that way we don't get spoilers of what's in our box. And I feel, wow, these these discount air pillows, well, there's no air in these air pillows. So where pillows are inflated, not prices, well, your pillows aren't inflated either. Okay, this one's inflated at least. So we got one discountairpillow.com where pillows are inflated, not prices, that is at least inflated. But the big guy wasn't. I heard a lot of rattling around, so that was kind of making me nervous. So first up, I feel an Intellivision game. I can tell because of the slant there. So I got Space Armada on the Intellivision. And when did this come out? Oh, 1979, there we go. That's when this game came out. That's pretty cool. And this feels like a Super Famicom game. Oh! Dragon Quest V. That is really cool. I know I have a couple Dragon Quest games, but I think I have Famicom Dragon Quest games. I'm going to check my Game Eye app real quick. Yeah. So, here are my Dragon Quest games. So I've got Dragon Quest 2 and 3 and 4. And then Dragon Warrior, which I don't know if that was if that's like the first one or what the deal is there. And then I can't read those, but what, 8 and 11 or something? Yeah, so I don't have 5, so that's really cool. So yeah, I got Space Armada and Dragon Quest V. I'm excited for that. And then this feels either PS3 or PS4, most likely PS4, because I've pretty much gotten a PS4 game in every box for the past year. Oh, this is nice. So I got Monster Hunter World on PS4, and this game came out in 2018, so not retro, but that's fine. And this last one is Xbox One, where I got Rage 2 sealed. And, oh, this is made by Bethesda. So, what's it called? Fallout. The Fallout series is also Bethesda. Elder Scrolls as well. This is 2019. So I got 4 games in this box. And I'd say overall this was a pretty good box. So here is the inside of the treasure chest. And there it's advertising the Boss Chest giveaway, where you post a picture on social media and you're entered to the Boss Chest giveaway, which is usually a game console. I remember at one time it was a Sega Master System was one, where you can win a Master System, so then you can start getting games for your Master System. I remember a Genesis being one. I know a PS1 was one. I don't know what all of them are. I don't know if it's a monthly thing or every 3 or 4 months or something like that. But I just want to go ahead and throw that out there. And if you guys enjoy this kind of box, I have a link in the description below, which is also tied to me. And if I recommend 3 people to Retro Game Treasure, I'll get a free box. I mean, I'm not trying to push that on you guys, but if you guys enjoy these unboxing videos and you're like, well, this is pretty cool, I want a box for myself, and I'm like, hey, if I get 3 people, I'll get a free box, so that's kind of cool. Just saying. Just super saying. Anyway, other stuff. Since I usually have a couple things to show, and I don't have a lot of extra things to show, but I got a big ticket item. Well, kinda. It's been on my wish list for quite a while, and a little pricey, but I got a really great deal on it. but I got Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn on the Wii. It's great shape, complete in box. Well, the guy gave me his business card, so Toy Fan Addict was the guy that sold it to me, or the company. So if you're in the Dayton area, well, check them out. Anyway, that was complete box. Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, that came out in 2007. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Smash Brothers, like Marth and Ike and all those. I don't know if those are in this particular game or not. I don't really know the Fire Emblem series all that well. But it's a series that I've always wanted to play, but I'm terrible at strategy games, so I've never bought them for that reason. But I figure, you know what? I'm going to start saving up for some of these expensive games. So I've got an idea on how I'm going to budget my money for some of the more expensive games, so that way it doesn't break my bank. So basically, like, save up. So this was kind of the start of that. But like I said, I actually got a pretty good deal on that. I got that like $30 or $40 cheaper than usual. So I'd say I did pretty good there. Now that's the only extra game that I got, but a couple gaming related items I got was in my storage room, and I kind of forgot about it for many years. But I'm like, you know what? I've got some like video game plushies behind me, like Kirby and Toon Link, Toon Zelda, and stuff like that. And I'm like, I got a couple characters in the storage room that would go great on that shelf. So here is Sonic the Hedgehog. Notice the patch on his belly is a little off. But I've actually had this Sonic for the last like 20-something years. It's got a dated 2000 on it. And so I got him. And then the next time I was there, it was actually at like an amusement park. And next time I was at that same amusement park, I got Knuckles as well. And I was really split between, do I want Tails or do I want Knuckles? And I'm like, well, I'll just pick one, and the next time I'm here, I'll get the other one. So I got Knuckles the second time I was there, and then the next time I was there, they didn't have Tails or any of the Sonic characters. I'm like, but I didn't get a chance to complete the trio. So maybe someday I'll get the Tails that comes with this series of Toy Network is the name of that. But both these have a date of 2000 on there. Well, it says, might be as recent as 2004, because it says Sega Corporation 2001 to 2004. So these are actually a little bit newer than I thought, but they're still vintage, kinda. They're old. I've had them in storage for a long time, but after I found them again, I'm like, they're gonna go great on my shelf. So I got both Sonic and Knuckles protecting my binder of Game Boy games, because that's just the only place left on the shelf. And the last thing I got, covering up my address, you're like, oh, what'd you get from Game Grumps? So I thought this was kind of cool. This looks like a Kirby Super Nintendo game. And there you go, there's that with the official Game Grumps seal of approval. You're like, so what'd you get? Well, I got a, hey, I'm Grump, I'm not so Grump, and they're the Game Grumps. Reversible head. Look at that. So I'm sure you've seen those like happy, angry octopus things where you're like, oh, are you happy or are you mad? So here, are you a Grump or are you a not so Grump? So you got the reversible Grump head plush. How are you feeling today? Grump, not so Grump. Let Aaron and Dan help you figure it out, and this official 2-in-1 Game Grumps plush will help you let everybody know exactly what kind of gamer you are. Which, I don't know, I guess I'll probably keep it on Aaron because I am usually a grump, even though I do like Danny more, but I like both of them. I mean, they're both funny. Now, the one issue I do have is Dan's hair falls out. But, I don't know, I got that in the mail yesterday because I saw those advertised on Facebook. I'm like, I gotta get one of those. I don't have any Game Grumps merch. I remember when the Gunner gaming glasses were a thing a few years ago, and I'm like, I'll use that because I can use those gaming glasses for like editing and stuff, but they were sold out pretty quick. But I managed to get my hands on one of these. I almost got two, so that way I can keep one as Dan and one as Aaron, but I'm like, one's fine, I guess. But I just figured I'd show that to you guys. So, that's pretty much it that I got in the last week or whatever that was. But as always, if any of these games interest you, like Fire Emblem or Monster Hunter, any of these or any of the other games on my shelf, let me know. I'll put them on the list, and that might be the next game we play after a series that we're working on is done. I don't know. We'll see. It's not ignored, though. I do write them down. And this channel recently celebrated 10 years. So if you haven't seen that yet, check out the 10-year anniversary Mario 64 lost episode thing that me and Citrus recorded, like, either late 2012 or early 2013. And it's just fun to reflect on the channel and how the channel's grown and all that stuff in the last 10 years. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I want to thank all of you guys who have been here since the beginning. Thank you for the constant support. If you're new, awesome. Thank you for checking out the channel. And I hope you stick around for the next 10 years. I got plenty of stuff in the works of things that I want to see on the channel. Games, and there's a Pokemon related thing that I've been working on for a little bit. And I still got a long way to go on it. It's nowhere close to being done. But I'm excited to show that to you guys. And I'm pretty sure if you're a Pokemon fan, I think you'd enjoy this video. If not, well, nothing you can do about that. But there's plenty of other content on the channel. Other things I want to do at some point would be like top 10 games for this console kind of thing, stuff like that. And before you go, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified when another video comes out, whether that would be the big Pokemon video I'm talking about, or if I do decide to start the Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn that you've been wanting to see for a while. That way you'll be notified. By the way, I'm not saying that I am yet, I'm just using that as an example, but there you go. Because I got plenty of stuff in the works already. Bunch of series that we're in the middle of, or towards the beginning, or towards the end, I don't know. Smash Brothers Subspace Emissary, L.A. Noire, Pokemon Coliseum, Dokapon Kingdom, Mario Party 4, Tales of Symphonia, Mario U, Zelda Majora's Mask. We got a bunch of stuff in the works. So if any of those games interest you, don't forget to subscribe so that way you can be notified when a new episode for one of those series comes out. Or, like I said, if a new series starts as well. Don't forget to like me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page where I basically post all these videos, but if I get a little bit bigger, I might post polls of what you want to see next on the channel. Whether it's like, oh, vote between Radiant Dawn and Monster Hunter World or something. Stuff like that. I also have an Instagram that I forget that I have until I make a video like this where I say, oh yeah, I have an Instagram where I post video game stuff, and I might be like, oh, check out this really cool copy of Radiant Dawn. Here's the front, and then there's the back, and here's this, and I might talk about like what the game is and interact with you guys, like, oh, what's your favorite memory with this game, that kind of thing. So if that interests you, follow me on Instagram as well. And most importantly, I have a Discord where we talk about anime and video games and Pokemon, and we have like meme dumps, mostly me, but I share these giant meme dumps, which are always fun, I hope. We have the occasional anime watch night, like every other Thursday. We're going through Monica Magica side story right now. We're about to start season 2, so if you like anime, then you can join us for that as well. All you need to do is just say, I'm going to join your Discord, and I'll send you a link. I have to do that instead of actually posting a link because I don't want another mutiny, the attempted mutiny of 2021 to happen again. So I got to be a little bit careful on how I handle invites. But if you want in, you're more than welcome to join us. I just got to physically invite you in. But that's fine. Anyway, that's all I have to say. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.